Hello everyone, this is Katarina and I'll bring you the energy update for the eclipse corridor and the upcoming lunar eclipse. And I don't know about you, but I feel like we are going through waves and waves and waves of intensity and density and moving through so many layers and layers, and that's often a sign that you're shifting timelines. And in the eclipse corridor you can actually make it quite big timeline jumps, because in the time in between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, it's like the timelines they're showing me, it's like they're turned down, you know, whatever doesn't resonate or doesn't work for you any longer is literally being transformed into something higher. And today, I don't know if you have that feeling too, it's like, oh my god, I feel like I'm in the past, oh my god, it's all returning, or oh my god, I'm so elevated, this must be my future. And it's you going from the living room to the kitchen, making yourself a cup of coffee and coming back. You know, it feels like, you know, you're going through time and space in quite an accelerated rate. And I asked my guides about it, and I said, so what's going on? And they said, the field this week is particularly unstable. Because so many have made these much higher and greater timeline choices to say, you know, I really want to make this big shift. I am leveling up. I want to make those changes. I want to explore more of who I am. And that may even be on a subconscious level, because so many are sensing these cosmic frequencies, these light codes that are now so much more saturated in the air. And the good news is there are so many forerunners, star seeds, light workers, indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children. I mean, the indigos are often now adults and have children themselves. So, but that wave of people is increasing, the waves of volunteer. People are waking up. It's like, oh my god, there's more to this reality. And when I was tuning in preparation for the video, I could even see that the collective is like, in this eclipse corridor, I could feel like, oh my god, as a collective, I want to see more. I want to understand more here. And every time when there's a huge shift in the collective, the outer field is reacting with attempts of separation and polarization. And the best way to override these attempts and to dissolve these, or quicker, is through staying in your own reality and creating those moments of joy, love, unity, and connection. And in the eclipse corridor, this is even more important, because my guide said the eclipse corridor is a corridor of possibilities. That means you can fine-tune those timeline choices. And with you fine-tuning yours more into love, joy, radiance, that will also bring a positive outcome for all the others around us. And how do you fine-tune it? It's really easy, you know, when you have moments where you're like, oh my god, this is just so amazing. You know, when I walked across the street and this little child was smiling at me, and you know, we're having our little exchange, that really lit my heart up. Or when I saw this man helping an elderly lady over the road, or when my kids were really easygoing when they came home from school. It doesn't need to be those huge things. It's like appreciating those happy moments, that moments that fill you up. And if you want to go a step further, it's like really exploring what brings me the greatest joy. What is the greatest fulfillment? What is that actually? And you may play different scenarios in your mind and then watch for your body reaction. Because my guide said quite often we are so trained that our mind is running away. Oh my god, this is an amazing idea. You heard this, boom, and then you do it. And then your whole other system isn't aligned with it. Your emotions are like, oh my god, I need another coffee. I'm so exhausted. And your body's like, ooh, that means more work. I really wanted some more relaxing time. Why don't we book that spa day? You know, and whilst we're having that spa day, we can tune into what is for our highest and greatest good. And I could really see that so clearly. If all of our systems are aligned, our mind, our heart, our emotions, our body, that's like we become a laser beam of focus in creating what we want. If it's only our mind, there is no power coming from the heart or the solar plexus. And the heart is our greatest electromagnetic field, or it really creates a toroidal field and keeps it going. So the more you align your ideas, dreams, visions with your heart feeling, the more easily you will manifest it. And my guide's saying manifesting is actually creating something in the outer reality that is aligned with within. Not just here, with all of it, the entire system. And I mean, I know what that feels like, I have a new idea, it's like boom, and then go within, how does it feel? And when we take that time, and I know that from myself, when you have those daydreaming moments, when you wait till the kettle is boiled, you look outside and you're just gazing away, and then boom, in that moment an inspiration comes. Wow, that really lights me up. Oh my God, I could do X, Y, Z, and then feeling into body, yeah, green light from here. And that gives a whole other flow, rather than when it's mind only, it feels like you have to drag the rest of yourself behind it. And you may even have that feeling of you have to drag the rest of you behind it at the moment, because of all these shifts. Our body is so busy receiving these new DNA codes, these new programs, overriding all density, and that is an intensity where you also work through a lot of stuff in your dream time. Those of you who become really strongly multidimensional, it's like, oh my God, I connect with my monad, or I connected with my soul family that's on another planet, or here is something that I wanted to explore. And then in dream time or in your waking time, you really connect with those alternative aspects of yourself and receive input. And it's like, ooh, wow. And that can also lift you up. It's like, and when that happens, your body's like, oh my God, there's so much new information, let me rewrite the script. And here, then you might be tired and you may need a break. And I can also feel, I don't know if you resonate with that, I'm really specific what foods I can have at the moment. It's like a really clean diet of fresh fruits, vegetables, coffee, but the high quality one with pure cacao to go with it, so it helps the brain, and green powders. Because the shift is so quick, my body is like, if you give me anything that's not clear, that slows the rest down, and you're more sluggish than you want to be. So just watch out. And I'm like, okay, I'm working on it. So you may have that experience as well. And this eclipse season is so vast and gigantic in that shift, because so many chosen that major timeline shift. The indigos, those who were born, coming in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, are now receiving a new assignment. So mission indigo fulfilled. The next level, the crystal children are now able to hold higher frequencies, and they were born mid-90s to the 2000s. The first rainbows came around 2000, 2005, 10, and then more increased thereafter. And now the energy is, so the frequency is higher overall in Gaia herself, the plants, the animals, in the elements, the water, the air, everything becoming more purified and saturated with light codes, photon light that's informing our body a different reality is happening. Your DNA is rewritten, and because of that, now the crystal children can hold that higher frequency, and the rainbow children are starting to come online, and that in itself is lifting the planet in effect. And my guides also said, those of you here who resonate with the information, and you're still listening to me by that point, you also may find yourself that you choose a different ascension role. In previous videos, sometimes I mentioned, we have the team shift and uplift, we have the team calm the waters, we have the team transmutation, we have the team stabilization. And you may find yourself that you were in shift and uplift, and now you move on to something else. Or those who were transmuting the collective density is like, what, I explore being a bringer of joy. I'll now shift the bandwidth and bring other codes in. And that really showed me the magnitude of the changes we are in. That the indigos overall get a new assignment, the crystals and rainbows are coming online and altering the field, and we change our ascension role. So many are choosing to go into a higher bandwidth, which also changes the dynamics of what you are, what you're bringing in, and bringing those higher galactic gifts in. And I also explore that more in the 11/11 activation on Friday the 10th. So you really dive into the 11/11 prepared with all the codes. And my guides have shared the Lord Buddha will bring in a divinity activation, and Kuan Yin brings in the new soul purpose revelation. And I thought, soul purpose revelation? I thought, And then I received the information, Katarina, because they're all changing. Okay. Do I get a new assignment as well? So I will find that out during the activation as well. Let's see what light codes are streaming in. It was 1033 when I said that. So that's also the 33, the Ascended Master codes that are streaming in. And there's such a beautiful wave of higher light coming in. And quite often that leads us to, oh my God, more needs to be worked through. And Gaia also said, no, mention me as well. And she's like, there's more energy flowing through her, lines turned up, more is transmuted, the circulation is increasing. And she's like, I am fully aware of the collective turbulences moving through. And she said, if the waters even physically rise strongly over the lunar eclipse, it's also helping to break down those patterns. And it was 11/11 when I said that. Oh my God. That is an awakening code, because we are all across the board on Earth awakening to higher codes. If that's awakening to, oh my God, there's more than the 3D reality, or if it's like, oh my God, I realize I'm actually in the new Earth, or oh my God, I'm multidimensional, here's my galactic family. The level of activation will be different, and you may experience it as well in your family, where you're like, oh, my youngsters behave different, or my partner has changed. Feel free to share that in the comments as well, and ask me any questions related to what I'm explaining here. And now let's see the light language that's coming forth. As per usual, you can hold your hands over your heart. And may I bring forth what serves the highest and greatest good of all. Iaski si na na maha. Niwa ki si ishka kanaha. Se ishka ka sa na na maha. Niwa ka sa na na maha. Miwi ana masa. Miwi ana masa. Kia sa na na maha. Kia sa na na maha. Iwashki ki sisinaha. Iwashki si na maha. Niwi kia sasanaha. Niwi kia sasana na maha. Miwa kaki ishka ka sasana maha. Niuea iskaya nasa, niuea iska sanaha, miwiki isi kakana namaha, ka iski na maha sa na ki isa sanaha, ki isa sa na maha, miwa kaka sa sana namaha, miwa kaka sa sana namaha. Ishki sisina namaha, siwi ki isa namaka, nia ki si na maha, sia ki si na maha, ia ki si na maha. Niuia na, niuia na. Yashki ki si na maha, miwe ki sasanana, miwe ki sasana maha, yuashka ka sasana, mihi ki nanamasa, niwa kaka sasanaha. Ni ki ni na sa kakana namaha. Niwi kia sisina namaha. Yashkaka Sasana Namaha. Yashkaka Sasana Namaha. Aka, Aka, Aka. Aka, Aka, Aka. Blessed it be, so mote it be, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, as per usual, I do my very best to remember what that was coming forth. So the first was the Venusians, and they're like, isn't it amazing when we connect and how much love is streaming between us? And they're saying, really feel comfortable with the opening of your heart, and you may experience more emotions, but the more you learn to flow with it and allowing them to flow through you, the easier it is. And they're saying, we just want to let you know how proud we are of all of you, and we can see how your hearts and your energies are lit up. You know, us from planet Venus, we can look down and see all the shifts and changes, and we are so delighted to see all of this taking place. And then the golden solar light beings came in, and they said, please always remember, you can always connect with us, and you may want to just even skip forward in the video to just see the golden solar light being transmission, and that sets you up. It gives you that vibrational resonance to feel like, oh, this is what they feel like, and then you can connect if it's difficult for you to do it without it. You know, that's just a suggestion. And they're saying they so love working with us, and in this eclipse corridor they can feel those shifts and changes. And they said, you know, when I did those movements up and down, and then in the heart chakra, they're like, we are helping you to align with the highest and greatest good above, and also with the hardcore crystal of Gaia, so you're truly in alignment. And then it was Lady Venus with the energy of divine love coming through, bringing, you know, those energies of elevation, and also connecting us with our I am presence. Exactly. Oh my God, yeah, that was the next message. And the last ones were the angelics, and they were also in the same tone of, we are here to help you connect with who you truly are on the deepest level. And some of you are angelics or have very strongly angelic codes that are now awakening. So, and I wear the angel wings just to cheer me up today on this gloomy day outside. And they're saying, you know, we are all here to connect with you and help you ride those ascension waves. And I wish you a most wonderful eclipse corridor. Enjoy the transition into more light, more love, and joy. Bye bye.